This is the most controversial debate between men and women that everybody needs to watch online today. Watch to the end and make sure you subscribe and drop a comment.
A man says women say one thing but mean another. Another man teaches other men how to get women into bed. And finally, one man says men need to learn to listen to what women want, what men really think of women today. Hello, everyone. I don't know if you noticed by the shots that we're taking, but this is an audience of all women today. We have invited them here for a reason, because we have three men with different points of view. These three men think they know what women think. And today we will find out. Meet Ross Jeffries. He says he got tired of being Mr. Nice Guy and being dumped by women. So he changed his ways and he wrote a book for other men who feel the same way. It is called How to Get the Women You Desire into Bed. This is Mel Fight. Mel says women say they want a sensitive guy, but the minute men get sensitive, women run the other way. And finally, Bruce Weinstein. Bruce says he is pro-feminist and pro-woman. He thinks men would be a lot better off if they only learned to listen to what women have to say. Well, Ross and Mel, I guess you already realize that your positions are in the minority here.
Not a surprise.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay out of this for a minute or two, and I want everybody. I'm just gonna fire off some questions, okay? Just so we get some answers. All right, and I may leave some of those balls hanging up there for you ladies to slam dunk later on, but that's your prerogative. All right, Ross, what do women really want?
I don't care what they want. I only care what they respond to. See, my focus is a little bit different from your other guests. There's what women say they want, there's what women think they want, and then there's what they actually respond to. I'm not an academic, I'm not a theoretician. I'm interested in what works on the street when it's time to date and mate. And what women actually respond to is not what they say they want.
So what do they respond to?
They really respond to a guy who's a challenge, a guy who's a question mark, a guy who keeps them guessing. You see, in the beginning, the less attractive you are physically, the more you have to rely on your attitude. Average looking, even ugly guy who goes out there in the real world and tries to be a nice guy gets his head kicked in.
So no more Mr. Nice Guy.
You can be pleasant. You see, we've got to define our terms. By nice, I mean accommodating. When you accommodate, you get what the commode gets. You get the crapola. You have to learn how to say no to a woman.
Yeah. As I said, I'm going to let a lot of these things hang, and you can all take them on later. But so this, I guess, attitude is your word. This attitude that you now have is more appealing to women?
The attitude is vastly more appealing. Basically, the attitude is I make no excuses for what I want. And number two, I don't need you, you need me. Now, bear in mind, I don't verbalize it. Exactly. Now, you see this response here. You should never verbalize the attitude. You show it in your behavior.
You're sitting here pointing your finger at him. Stand up and tell us why you're pointing at him.
No, I was just saying that he's just got this prejudgment of what women are like, and I think what he should do is just develop his own self, and then he's going to find these relationships work
This
better.
bag you see is the real me. I found the real me.
I think you've prejudged us. I mean, the audience reaction at the top of the show showed that the women here have prejudged us. I think it's a sad comment on women that they respond to the kind of manipulative behavior that Ross is encouraging that men do. That's a sad comment on you. Listen,
you should develop yourself, and that should be a right person.
You know what I found? I found that the nice guys who, when I'm on the radio or TV, nice guys call up and go, well, it wouldn't be myself. It's the nice guy who's the phony, who's not being his real self, because he's afraid he can't do any better.
So you're going back to my point. All men are jerks?
No.
And some hide it. But isn't that what you just said? Is all men are sort of jerks, and some of them try to sugarcoat it?
What I'm saying
is that what you just said?
No, what I'm saying is that What I'm saying is,
I said I was
thank
going to
you.
stay out of it, and I can't. I'll stay.
What I'm saying is that there's a massive power imbalance in favor of women when it comes to dating and sex. And women, through their behavior, through showing men what they actually respond to, force men to act in a certain way.
Yes, there is a power imbalance in our society, but who wields the power? It is men who wield the power, and I'm here to say, I'm here today to say that it is time for men to give up our power and authority and our privilege, because we have dominated women, we have dominated other men, we have dominated the planet for too long, and it has got to stop.
Hold on a second. This is what women want. They want to hear this. Women want, what you want is you want to hear that we're jerks. You want to hear that we have all the power. You know, the most important unspoken truth about men is that we are very angry. A lot of us are very angry at women. And this is a good example. You're showing why we're angry. You're not even listening. You don't want to listen to what we have to say. And
I'm afraid that they heard it.
I don't think I heard it all. And I think, you know, the reason that men don't communicate about their anger, we keep it secret, is because when we try to tell you why we're angry, you respond with ridicule, with
Okay, why are you
disbelief,
angry?
or your own anger.
I'm not angry, I'm satisfied, because I know how to manipulate women and get what I want. But let me say, his point is so preposterous. Get a shot of this audience. Every woman sitting here is sitting on more power than Con Edison pumps out in 10 years. You control the access to sex, and that is an incredible amount of power.
Man
Yes.
asks, the woman says yes or
got a
no.
point
She
there.
has the power, and that makes, wait a second, let me make, a lot of men feel, you don't know this, but it's the truth, a lot of men feel powerless and degraded and dehumanized by the sexual system whereby the man asks and the woman decides. We feel harassed every minute of every day of our lives, and it's about time that you understand that.
When we look at
wait, I'm sorry, 1 second. Bruce, Mel, stand up. Now, doesn't that invite harassment?
No, what it invites is hypocrisy. What it invites is, you know, the fashion rage for women this year is a man's suit and tie. When you decide to ridicule me in my skirt, you got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding, Faith.
I don't like the length, and I don't think it matches the sweater is my problem with it.
Now, wait a second. I said that when men stand up for themselves, what do they expect from women? Ridicule. You proved it, didn't you?
I did. I'm guilty right here. I admit it. I admit it. You have a question?
Yes, my question is directed to him. What's your name again? Ross. I think you're
You
gonna.
said that Ross. You said it Ross.
Ross, I think you're gonna
You
end
didn't
up.
say it right. Ross.
I think you're gonna end up a very lonely man.
But you gotta understand, he says quite the contrary. He says he has a much better dating life, romance life, sex life now.
It's incomparably better. I mean, you know, let's look at reality. The reality is that nice guys not only do nice guys finish last, they often don't even get into the race. And you want to talk about fashion? If a woman does like a nice guy, it's her way of making a fashion statement. It's fashionable for her to like.
And Ross is absolutely right. Women have a lot of sexual power, and he has the courage to say that. He's making a mistake, though. He's encouraging men to simply surrender to that power. And I think, you know, if you're a man and you follow Ross's advice, you're going to get more sex, but you're going to have less self-respect. There are more important things in life than getting laid.
I'll disagree on that point, but let me get to the commercial break, and we'll come back and find out why in a moment. And we're back. You have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I think that they just have had bad experiences with women, so they're just somewhat poisoned against women in general.
True?
Never fails. Every show we do, we talk about our feelings. Someone stands up and said, we've had bad experiences. You're trying to trivialize what we're saying, and I resent it. It's the hostility that men and women have for each other that's poisoning our relationships. We've got to be able to talk about it and listen to one another non-judgmentally.
I don't think I've been poisoned. I think I'm just doing what works. It's a matter of doing what works.
Excuse me. One thing the women's movement has taught me is to avoid speaking for other people. So I would like to ask you, if you think that men need to change in some fundamental ways and do a better job at listening to you, please clap your hands.
What's smarmy? Wait a minute. Do we have... This guy's like he's running for office here. He knows how to work the crowd. okay?
And you know the thing.
I'm not
But
interested.
you know what? It's not a stretch
I'm
for
not
him to get
interested.
this audience to agree with his point.
Wait a minute, but I am not interested in what applies in the mummified halls of academia. I
I'm not
understand
speaking as
he's
an
a
academic.
PhD,
I'm not
which stands
speaking
for
as an
file higher and
academic.
deeper. I'm talking for the little guy out there who gets his head kicked in and always winds up being the buddy, the big brother, and here is,
You guys
let's
insane.
be
You
friends.
guys-
You want a friend, lady? Get a dog.
Okay. And here's the thing. Here's the thing you have to know about Bruce, Faith. Here's the thing that's important for women. There's something important for women to know about Bruce.
We just met. How do you know about
But
him?
he's doing something that men have done for centuries to women, and it always backfires. He's putting you up on a
Let's be
pedestal.
friends.
No,
He's keeping you free from
Simple.
criticism. I respect you
Absolutely.
enough.
What a
If
friend.
I
Get
think
a
you're full
dog.
of it, I'm going to tell you. He won't.
You know what men need to do?
No,
What the
man,
point of the women's
so
movement is
crazy.
not to make everyone feminine. The point, as I understand it, is to make everyone whole. So what men need to do is reclaim the femininity that we've
I
lost.
can't believe you. I'm the one who's sitting here in a skirt. You're the one who's dressed in very conservative male attire. You haven't begun to question anything about
guys have
masculinity.
been
I want
very
to put
nice
women
to-
on a pedestal so I can look up your
Women,
skirts. I mean, I don't have any problem with it.
This is absolutely.
Hey, Ross, let me just ask, one second, please. Ross, is there a woman in the audience that you'd like to ask out?
Pardon
Is there
me?
a woman in the audience you'd like to ask out?
I'm booked up for 1993. Sorry, ladies.
You have a question?
Yeah, I'd like to know when is the last time you had a real commitment with a lady, and did she respect how you treated her?
I cannot hear you. One more time.
When is the last time you had a real relationship with a lady?
What makes you think it's your business? See?
My business? Well, you're sitting up there. You're sitting up there like you know everything about
And
women.
deal with the issues.
He just made a personal
No, hang
attack
on a
against
second,
me, and
Ross.
yet he's
I think
asking
it
me
is a
not to.
fair question, and I will tell you why I think it
Why
is a
is it
fair question, because you wrote this book saying you got the answers.
You know what? At the moment, I'm having lots of fun. I don't have a personal commitment to one person. Although I have been with someone I've loved for a long time, me.
Let me ask you. Given that, let me ask you this. Do you care if a woman is satisfied the one that you're with?
It goes without saying she's going to be satisfied if she's with me. Now, listen, let me tell you something. I'm serious about one thing.
But it's
I'm being a little obnoxious to get a response, but I'm serious about one thing.
Got it.
I honestly do believe that
Yeah,
there's
is that
no
alpha?
better way a woman can win, spiritually,
You must
physically,
prove
emotionally, than
that.
being with me. I really believe that. I
You didn't
really
really
do.
answer the question. Does it matter to you if the woman is satisfied?
Yes.
It does matter.
Because she's going to come back for more. Of course it matters. It's in my own interest to see that she's satisfied. It's chapter 18 in my book.
And it's pathetic. Ross's arrogant attitude works with women. I think it's pathetic.
But you seem to be putting the blame on women.
You're very
Well,
confident man.
he's been conditioned by women. This is the result. This is what you get. You get a fellow
All right.
like Ross.
John, take a wide shot of the audience, please. Put your hands down for a second. Take a wide shot of the audience. Does anyone here find Ross's approach to women appealing?
Oh, they're going to admit it. Come on, Faith. Come on, they're not good. Number one, what we have here.
What? I didn't hear that. What?
She said we don't even find Ross appealing.
What we have here is a phenomenon called denial. That's what we have.
I think Ross is denying something very important here.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Calling through the audience. What are you screaming about? You just threatened me. Stand up here. Why did you threaten me to come over here with a microphone immediately? Stand up.
Okay, because first of all, I find this utterly preposterous. You know, you're sitting there and you're putting us down to a certain extent, and what you fail to realize, both of you, okay, is that without your mothers, you wouldn't be here.
One thing I learned is that you don't believe your mom or what.
Wait a second. I'm waiting for you to say positive about
You
father.
have your turn. Hush.
About father.
I'm not done. I am not done.
You've had your say
I
for
am not
25
done.
years, and I'm not going to let you shout me down.
No, moving right along.
Say something about fathers.
Moving right along.
Do you hate your father?
Fathers didn't have to carry you
Do you
for
hate your
9
father?
months. That's
Do you
not
hate
the
your
question.
father?
Moving
And
right
say
along.
something nice about
I
your
think
father.
that you're very. Excuse me. Oh, I must have hit a nerve. It
You
just got
did.
too
You
tight.
said something very
Moving right
anti-man.
along, as I was saying to you.
I'm
right?
listening to you.
I think that you're a very sad individual. Let alone you're not even getting any. Let's get real about it. Let me tell you, just from listening to you, right? Wait a minute, hold up. Just from listening to you, you, baby sugar. I can tell that you are using the 5 fingers of death, okay? And you really need to get real with yourself and others.
Well,
with
Faith,
you.
may I
I'm very
respond?
sorry. I have to get
May
to
I
a
respond?
commercial break. I have to get to a commercial break here. And I have to say that I'm not sure if spelling it will qualify with the censors. I'll be interested to find out if spelling it makes a difference with the censors. We'll be back.
This is the most controversial debate between men and women.
Well, we are back, and you had something you wanted to say.
I have a question for Ross. How do you define a relationship?
You're not gonna
Because
spell,
all
are you?
it sounds like is that you define it as sex. If that's all you're looking for, get a prostitute and leave the rest of us
Right.
alone. We
Let me
don't
answer.
That's some good.
Faith, thank you. That's an intelligent question. Let me answer it. Here's your answer. Doesn't matter whether you're looking for one steady relationship or a lot of women, whichever one you want, you still have to use the attitudes I outline in my book to get it. If you're weak, if you're a wimp, if you're too happy to be there, if you want to wash her car and be her wimp, you're not going to get a lot of women. You're not going to get one woman. You won't have a steady relationship. You won't have one-night stands. It applies no matter what you're looking for.
Yeah, do anybody agree with that? No. I mean, see,
But the men watching this know I'm telling the truth. I don't care. I really don't care what they think.
The men do know
so
each
you know
other.
what my fear is that the men watching this might believe you.
Well, they do believe
but
me.
they
I have
don't.
fans all over the country. They
Absolutely
write
not.
me
For
and-
example, Faith, Playboy magazine bills itself as entertainment for men, but I'm here to say that a lot of men do not consider it entertaining. We don't think it's entertaining.
You actually led a
Yo,
boycott
listen.
against
Yes, I led a
Playboy on your
protest and a
campus
boycott. Yes, ma'am.
when they came to shoot the what college girls
The
of the East or
October
whatever
Women
that
of
is.
the Big East issue. And we wanted to send a message loud and clear that a lot of men don't consider this a form of entertainment, and that it's important for us to set a good example for people and simply not to buy pornography
Why
and
do
let
you want to
people know
deny-
that this is unacceptable behavior.
Why do you want to deny male biology? Part of the intellectual bankruptcy of feminism is they want to deny the reality of male human biology. It's
the fact
male
that
human biology to become aroused looking at beautiful naked women.
You want to repeal the
That
First
is
Amendment, too?
biology.
The fact that something is natural does not mean it is good. The Hurricane Andrew is natural, but we don't want to say that it's good.
Male sexuality is good. This audience is having an orgy now. You're getting off on the man bashing. There's no hope. There's no hope. Can anybody say anything positive about men? Let's just one person say
All right,
something
you want to say?
positive.
No, wait a minute. No, I don't think. Well, hang on one second. I don't think that these women are all bashing all men. I think that they disagree with your points of view. Don't confuse it.
Let them say
All right.
something positive about
Say
men.
something. Okay, satisfy them. Have them pipe down on it. Say something positive.
It's not positive.
Pick up
for
their
them
socks. Just say they pick up their socks.
What? Pick up your socks, first of all. Second of all, the one in the middle who's in a dress. If you have such an attitude toward women and you feel how women are, why do you want so much to look like one?
Wait a second, Faith, hold it. No, I was attacked. No, I want this woman to stand up. I want people to see what she's wearing. Sport coat, and an oversized sport coat and a pair of pants. Why are you dressing like a man?
This is
Why
not
are
a
you
man's
dressing
jacket
like a
and
man?
pants.
Shame on
Are
you
you
for
shopping
attacking
in
me.
the women's
Shame on you
department?
for attacking me.
All right. Over here.
This is for Ross. You got a real nasty attitude towards women. And that's why you ain't
You know
got
what?
none.
Let me
You
tell
don't
you
know what they want. You don't know
Let
nothing
me tell
about
you
women. You need to talk to one from the heart.
Right.
And talk to him.
You know, if you're gonna sugarcoat it and beat around the bush, how can we have a
Stop
discussion?
trying to figure them out because you can't figure them out. And you with a dress, how do you expect women to listen to you?
Let me respond to her.
Look at you.
This is
Look
why
at you.
I'm angry.
Look at
Let me
you.
respond.
I'm angry.
Let me respond. She started with me. Let me
And then
respond.
y'all talk about Playboy this and Playboy that. All y'all want is some sex. Y'all don't want no women. Y'all want sex.
Let me
Not with you,
respond.
I don't want sex.
I'm sorry.
Not with
I'm
you.
getting a commercial cue. We have to take a break. We'll come back, and I will let you respond when we come back. very little time left. Ross, you wanted to respond quickly?
Do not make the mistake of thinking that I enjoy having to behave this way. It's simply women have taught me that this is what they respond to. I used to be nice. I used to be sweet. I used to be sensitive. I used to listen. I dated my left hand when I did that.
And now you know,
quickly.
and I used to be more feminist than most feminists. Now I consider myself a recovering feminist now because now I see how women react. Anytime a man stands up for himself, this is what you do. It's disgusting.
Finally, men have oppressed women for too long, and it has got to stop, and that's what I'm here to say.
Why do women run the publishing business?
Women don't run.
Wait a minute. Women run the publishing business. Why have I been banned from every bookstore and have to publish it myself? Women run the publishing business.
Because you've written a horrible book, that's why.